Hi and welcome to another episode of Sunday Wellness by Policy Bazaar. I'm Geet Taneja and I'm so glad that you are here with us. Today we are going to be exploring an amazing technique called EFT, short for Emotional Freedom Technique. So this is a powerful technique which combines acupressure, neuroscience, psychology and spirituality into a power-packed process which allows us to deal with any challenges, anxiety, stress in our lives and helps us in creating calm, peace and restores our emotional balance. The beauty of EFT is that it's so quick to learn and it can be applied anywhere, anytime. Whether you're watching this on a Sunday or you have a busy work day, you can just set some time aside and access this and do this tapping to feel amazing in just a few minutes. In today's session, we're going to be working with anxiety and stress and using EFT to learn how to overcome anxiety and stress in our lives. So grab some water, a paper and pencil with you and let's relax, take a deep breath and let's get started. So there are around 40 million people in India alone that have been dealing with anxiety and anxiety related disorders. And the awareness and the access to treatments is far less in India. The reason I wanted to share this with you is because it can be really scary, it can feel very lonely if you're experiencing anxiety. Sometimes we can feel ashamed that what's going on with me? Why am I feeling all this? But I want you to know that you're not alone in this. There are so many people that are going through this but just don't talk about it. I myself have experienced anxiety while growing up as a teenager, in early adulthood. It was only when I got introduced to EFT tapping that my life started completely changing and I could finally be free of those overwhelming thoughts, stress, nervousness, anxiety and find the peace and freedom that I was really seeking. And so can you. What we are sharing today is in no way a medical advice. And we recommend that if you're facing any severe anxiety issues, panic attacks, please consult a psychiatrist or psychologist. And that said, however, there has been a lot of research and findings which has found that EFT tapping gives amazing results when it comes to anxiety, panic attacks or PTSD. And I'll share more about that in a few minutes. And also there has been a lot of, in my own work, that I have seen people benefit with EFT tapping, whether it's depression, anxiety, relationship challenges, health issues, everything we can work on using EFT tapping. Before we start, I want to give you a brief structure of how this session will be placed. So first I'm going to share with you what is anxiety, whether the symptoms or the challenges or the problems that you're seeing in your life is that anxiety, what is stress, and what really happens in our body when we experience anxiety and stress, and what is the actual cause of it. In the second section, then we are going to do EFT tapping, where I'm going to teach you how to use this tapping technique, and then I'm going to guide you through a practice where you can experience the benefits of this tapping right here in the session itself. Then in the third segment, I'm going to talk about panic attacks and what really is a panic attack and what is to be done in a panic attack. And in the fourth segment, then we're going to do a guided tapping for panic attacks. So this is how we're going to do, and in the end I'm going to answer some few questions that we have received. These tapping sequences that we are going to be using today, you can come back to this video and reuse them whenever you're facing any challenge in your life, whenever there's any emotional discomfort that you're going through or anxiety that you're feeling in your life. And you can also share it with your loved ones, friends or anyone you think can really benefit from this. So let's now talk about what is stress and anxiety. So stress is something that almost all of us would have experienced at different times in our life. So stress is feeling any kind of discomfort whenever there's an external trigger in our lives. So whether it's a problem happening at work, or whether my boss is scolding me, or I'm having problems with my exams, stress, teachers, all of that can be causing stress in our lives. So stress can show up in the form of uneasiness, discomfort, nervousness, feeling tired, feeling exhausted, feeling lack of energy, not being able to sleep properly, and a lot of other such symptoms. Stress many times also takes a toll on our body. We could be feeling weak, we could be feeling stomach issues, or heart palpitations, and many such things. So now let's talk about anxiety. On the other hand, is slightly different from stress. Many times we tend to use these two words, stress and anxiety, interchangeably, but they're actually different. So like in stress, we talked about that it's an external trigger which is causing us stress, and normally when the trigger is gone, we come back to a balanced state. However, in anxiety, we are feeling some kind of discomfort, some form of dis-easiness, some form of nervousness without any external trigger. We cannot identify that what around in my life is causing me this anxiety. So in anxiety, we feel some kind of fear. There could be similar symptoms like stress. There could be feelings of breathlessness. There could be feelings of palpitations in the heart, flutters in the stomach, not feeling motivated to do things, being very snappy or cribby in our relationships, and a lot of such things can show up in the form of anxiety. Anxiety could as well affect our sleep. It can affect our relationships, our productivity, our creativity at work. All of those things can actually be created in our life or show up as being caused symptoms of anxiety. So the difference between stress and anxiety is that stress has an external trigger, whereas anxiety is a perceived threat that our mind is afraid of. There is some fear that is arising in us. Feelings of hypervigilance, paranoia, always on guard, always afraid that something is going to go wrong, even overthinking can be all symptoms of anxiety. Now let's understand, whenever we are feeling anxious or stressed, what's really going on inside our body. Where is it all coming from and how is it affecting us? So whenever there is anxiety, our mind feels that there is some unknown fear or some unknown threat in our surrounding, and the mind activates the fight, flight, freeze mechanism in our body, which is called the sympathetic nervous system. So this is, if you understand how the early man used to live in the forest, and their bodies were programmed to protect them against animals. So whenever the early man would be under attack from an animal, the body would go into the fight, flight, freeze, so that the man is able to protect himself from the animal. So the blood rushes to our arms, to our legs, so that we are able to be in a state of survival, safeguard ourselves. Now, even though we've evolved over the years, however, we still have the primitive mind, which is also called the reptilian mind. So now what happens is, whenever we are perceiving some kind of an unconscious threat in our lives, this whole system gets activated. Now in that state, the body does not function at its highest capability. It does the normal functionalities in the body. Now because of that, if you are going through a longer anxiety state where prolonged states of anxiety are there in your life, then the immunity of the body starts getting reduced. We start falling sick more often. We're not able to sleep properly. So all of that starts happening when we are in constant states of stress and anxiety for a long time. So it's very important, in order to ensure that our productivity, creativity, energy, health is all sound, that we deal with anxiety as and when it arises, to be able to identify the unconscious fears that are creating this anxiety, rather than being overwhelmed by it or bogged down by it. So it's very important that once we've gone into the anxiety state, which is a sympathetic nervous system, we learn how to come out of it, or which is called the parasympathetic nervous system, and that's what we're going to learn. So when we use EFT tapping, we're able to move into a parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxed state where the body starts functioning in a healthy manner. And when you learn this EFT technique, you're not just able to help yourself, but also help your loved ones or somebody else who you feel or know is going through this. You can guide them to this practice. And now we come to this amazing technique, emotional freedom technique, EFT. So let's understand what it is and how you can start using it in your life and how it can help you in so many areas of your life. So EFT has proven to be giving results across the world in different studies that have been conducted. So in one of the studies which was done on 5,000 patients, it was found that just 3 sessions of EFT tapping led to 90% good result or reduction of anxiety in clients, whereas in comparison to when cognitive behavioral therapy or psychotherapy was used along with medication, it required it only. So now let's talk about this amazing technique EFT tapping, which has been creating a revolution worldwide. Even doctors are talking about it, recommending it and using it. And there have been so many studies done across the world. In one of the studies, it was found that when this study was done on 5,000 patients, one set of patients was given 3 sessions of EFT tapping, and the another group was given 15 sessions of cognitive behavioral therapy and medication. And the results that came was that the EFT tapping, 90% of the clients felt better, whereas in the other group, it was only 63% of the participants that felt better. So we have just been seeing these amazing results everywhere, and in my own practice, in my own work with clients over the last many years, I have found brilliant results, whether it's chronic depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's panic attacks, whether it's health issues, relationships, suicide, everything we are able to work through using EFT tapping with the help of a practitioner, of course. So in EFT tapping, what we do is we tap on certain meridian points on our body and we say certain key terms, words, and that allows the body to start releasing the emotional blockages, and we instantly start feeling relaxed and peaceful. And you don't have to take my word for it. We're going to just try it in a little bit of time, and you can see the shift and changes for your own self. So there are 2 important parts of an EFT session. So the first part is a very important part. In this part, what we do is we identify that whatever this anxiety is in my life or whatever this problem is in my life, what is the cause of it? So any problem that we are seeing in our life is not in itself the cause. It is just the symptom of a problem. When the first part of the session focuses on identifying where is it coming from, what are the causes behind it, what are the unconscious things playing which is showing up as that anxiety or depression or money issues or health issues. So this is the first part. In the second part of the EFT session part is when we start actually tapping, which I'm going to guide you through right now, and we start shifting those blockages, those emotional burdens, traumas. We start shifting and releasing them. So these are the 2 important parts of the session. So now take out your pen and paper, have a sip of water, and let's dive into any one issue that you're facing in your life right now. Okay? So think of anything in your life that you're struggling with. Let's take the example of anxiety. Let's say I am dealing with anxiety for, let's say, 3 months. So I want you to notice, so I want you to think of that problem, and now I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to write down the answers on the paper in front of you. So close your eyes for a moment, take a deep cleansing breath. And now think of this problem that you have been facing or you're dealing with or that you want to work on today. And I want you to notice, when did this problem start? What was going on in your life around the time that this problem started? It could be something small or something big, anything uncomfortable, unpleasant that was going on in your life at that time. Or whenever you last felt anxiety, just notice what was happening just before it or a few hours before it, and just write it down. And now notice, when you think about this problem, what emotion are you feeling? Do you feel sad? Do you feel angry? Do you feel helpless? Do you feel scared? Just notice, what emotion are you feeling? And also notice, where in your body do you feel this emotion? When you feel, or when this anxiety happened last time, where in your body did you feel that? When you think about it again now, notice any sensations in any part of your body and just write it down. And now, on a scale of 0 to 10, I want you to notice, how strong is this emotion? How strong is this anxiety, this discomfort, or any incident that happened when this anxiety started? Notice, how strong do you feel upset or sad or angry or any other emotion when you think of that memory? On a scale of 0 to 10. 10 means that it's very intense, it feels really bothersome, it feels really hurtful, and 0 means nothing. So give it a number, and you can put this number in the chat, in the comments. As we're going through tapping rounds, you can put the numbers in the comments, or if you want, you can also write it on a piece of paper as you feel comfortable. So now I'm going to show you how to use EFT tapping. Okay, what are the tapping points, the meridian points that we will be using? So the first tapping point is this, on the forehead. So we're going to be using 2 fingers and we're going to be tapping like this. The second point is the side of the eye, like this. Then under the eye. And the fourth point is collarbone. So right here, if you can feel the bone, so just on it is the tapping point. So these are the 4 important tapping points, and when I ask you, you can squeeze your wrist like this, and as I guide you, I will tell you what to do with it. So these are 4 important meridian points that we use. These are the points where multiple meridians connected with our body are intersecting. So that is why these meridian points are very important. So today the tapping style that I'm using is called the faster EFT tapping style, which is a slightly more advanced form of EFT. And since I am the first faster EFT practitioner in India, I would love to share this style of tapping with you. So now we're going to be tapping together. So as you're watching this, tap with your 2 fingers along with me and repeat what I'm saying loudly. So you can use both hands or one hand, whatever feels comfortable. So let's start tapping. Even though I'm feeling really anxious, I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm really scared, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though this feels really uncomfortable, and I really want to run away, I want to get rid of it, I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. It's okay for me to connect with whatever my body is trying to express. Whatever emotion or trauma made me feel scared, affected, but it got stuck inside me. It's time for me to feel it, process it, and release it. Even though I might not understand it, and it could feel really scary, but I'm giving myself permission to trust myself and know that I'm always safe, guided, and protected. And allow myself to release all the stress, all the anxiety, and feel more calm, peaceful, and relaxed. Now take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist like this, and say peace. And now, with your eyes closed, think of one of the happiest memories of your life. A memory where you maybe went on a trip with your loved ones, or you're spending time with your kids, your pets, or you had a great achievement in something. Whatever happy memory comes to mind, just imagine that. and feel like that you're there in that happy memory right now. And enjoy this happy feeling. Feeling this happy feeling spreading like a color in the body, your favorite color, as you enjoy this moment. Breathing it all in. And then take a deep breath. Squeeze your wrist and say peace. And open your eyes. And now once again, let's go and check. So when you started, you gave a number on a scale of 0 to 10 of how anxious you were feeling or how emotionally disturbed or troubled you were feeling. So now once again go and check and see what number are you at now. So let's say if you began with a 9, notice what number are you at now? How uncomfortable do you feel when you think of that problem, or when you think of that last anxiety episode, or when you think of something or memory that troubles you? And the number could have reduced, the number could have increased, the number could be same, and all of that is okay. And you can put that number in the chat, in comments, or write it on a paper in front of you. And now, whatever of that discomfort is left, any anxiety, stress that is left, think about it. Feel it in your body. And then let's tap together and repeat with me. I'm releasing and letting go any feelings of sadness, anger, fear that I'm feeling. I'm releasing and letting go any helplessness, hopelessness, rejections, judgments. I'm releasing and letting go any emotional traumas, any feelings of resentment, feelings of not being in control. It's okay for me to feel them, release them, and let them go. Any shame that I'm feeling, or why is this happening to me, I release and let it go. Maybe I feel not in control, but I know that I'm more in control than I think I am. I give myself permission to feel safe and protected in my body and mind. I give myself permission to be open to becoming a little more calmer, to breathe a little more deeper and feel relaxed and peaceful. Take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist and say peace. And now as you open your eyes, notice any blue color things around you. Notice any yellow color things around you in the room. And now notice any green color things around you in the room. And then take another deep breath, blow it from your mouth and say peace. And now once again go and check on a scale of 0 to 10 what number are you at, whether the number has come down, and then put the number in the chat. And some of you could even be at 0, 1 or 2. And just notice how it feels, and if there's anything left, notice that, any memory, any feeling, any sensation in the body, just notice that. And let's do another round of tapping together and repeat with me. Even though I could be feeling any kind of judgments towards myself or anyone else, I'm choosing to release and let it go. Any burdens, expectations, and pressures that I've been feeling, whether put on myself, or by others. I'm releasing and letting it go. I'm here for me now, and I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I love and accept myself exactly the way I am. I stop criticizing, pushing, judging myself, and I'm choosing to be more kind, loving, and forgiving to myself and others. Whatever in my life feels not in my control, I accept that as a part of life, and I surrender and trust in the process of the universe. I know that I'm always taken care of. I'm always guided by the universe, and I allow myself to feel deeply relaxed, peaceful, calm, and confident. Take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And once again, think of your happy memory, close your eyes, and just enjoy like you're living the happy memory right now. Enjoy the happy feeling color spreading all around you, all inside you, and then take another deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now notice on a scale of 0 to 10, what number are you at? Are you at 0 yet? And how are you feeling? And you can put it in the chat, how was your experience? And if for you, maybe you're still at a 1, 2, 3, then just rewind and do a few more rounds of tapping by using the same tapping rounds that we just did, and bring yourself down to 0. Now let's come to panic attacks. So panic attacks are something which are becoming more and more common, and we hear so many people experiencing it, or many of us could have experienced it as well. So panic attacks happen when anxiety crosses a certain level and there is some kind of fear for something that is beyond our understanding, beyond our control, something uncertain, unknown, which creates panic attacks. So normally what I have found is that panic attacks normally show us certain areas of our life or certain aspects of our life where certain emotions or traumas we have not processed, certain aspects that the body or mind is trying to bring to our attention to be released. So I have always found panic attacks to be a form of a wake-up call. So instead of being very scared of it like it's some scary monster, we can look at panic attacks as a wake-up call to something that we have not been given attention to. Many times we have this tendency of ignoring our emotions or suppressing our feelings or trying to just think our way through problems, but not allowing ourselves to feel whenever we go through any difficult situation or any emotion that is arising. So that is what a panic attack is. It's a cry for help. It's a wake-up call so that we learn how to process our emotions. And panic attacks are not really something that happen repeatedly over your life. If you deal with it once, it's done with. And whatever that panic attack is trying to show you, if you can just process that thing, that emotion, that hurt, that trauma, a panic attack can sometimes be done away in just 2 minutes. Especially now that we're going to be using EFT tapping, it works wonders in panic attacks. However, in case of any severe such issues or panic attacks, it is also advisable to reach out to a psychiatrist and take help, and not just try to do it all ourselves. You can reach out to a EFT practitioner and take help, because when we don't know these things in and out, how to use these techniques, it's difficult to help ourselves in the moments of panic attack, because at that time a part of our brain which is called amygdala, it kind of hijacks our ability to think clearly. So in that moment we need somebody to help us. So reaching out for help is great in such situations. However, if you are somehow not able to do that, then this tapping sequence that we're going to do now, you can use this in order to help yourself, but make sure you take full responsibility for your own life. So some of the symptoms of panic attack can be feelings of breathlessness, feeling of deep uneasiness. Sometimes there are a lot of heart palpitations. Sometimes you feel like you're getting a heart attack. The pain is so severe in the body. And there can be feeling of being sweaty or feeling some kind of dizziness or pains in the body. So panic attack can show up in many ways. However, it's important to be able to understand that in a panic attack, what really is happening is there is no real threat around us. What's really going on is that our mind perceives that something to be a great threat and it is trying to safeguard you. So panic attack is a way actually your mind is trying to protect you by freezing you in a way. So we need to be able to use our senses at that time to come back to a balanced, healthy parasympathetic nervous system state. And even though in panic attack it might feel like something bad is about to happen or there's a sinking feeling, but we have to remember it just is trying to show you a fear or a problem or an emotion or a trauma that has not been processed. And the sooner we process it, the sooner we are free of panic attacks. It is not something that you need to live with all your life. I work with countless people with anxiety and panic attacks, and sometimes in just 2 sessions, sometimes in 4 or 5 sessions, they are free of panic attacks. So some of the things that we can do immediately if we are feeling a severe anxiety bout or a panic attack. First is, if possible, step out into the open where you can get more oxygen, whether it's your garden or some open area where you can get some fresh air. Secondly, if possible, sit on the floor, a cool floor, so it helps us in grounding. Second thing, use your 2 fingers and tap here in the middle of your chest and just breathe deeply and start noticing these 3 colors all around you. So the first color that I want you to look around is blue color. Notice how many things are blue in color. Count them. The second thing is count how many things are of yellow color. And keep breathing deeply and tapping at the same time. And then notice how many things in your surrounding are of green color. Just count them. And breathing through the nose and exhaling from the mouth. And we're going to start tapping just like we did in the previous tapping round. So tapping with 2 fingers. I'm feeling really scared. I feel like I'm having a panic attack. And I don't know what to do. But I'm going to tap through it. I'm breathing deeply. This feels really uncomfortable and scary. But I'm here for myself. And I'm going to tap through this. I feel like I'm totally losing control. And I allow myself to be aware that even when I'm not in control, I'm still in control. I'm supported by the air around me. I'm held by the floor beneath me. And I allow myself to feel my breath, to feel the touch of my fingers on my skin. And I acknowledge what I'm feeling in this moment. Even though my heart could feel really beating fast, my breath is very shallow. I acknowledge everything that I'm feeling right now. And I accept it. And I still love and accept myself. Even though I don't know what's happening to me, I don't know what is wrong with me, but I acknowledge and accept this feeling without freaking out and being here for myself. I allow my mind and my body to tell me what is bothering it, what upset it that I neglected to notice. And I listen to it gently, softly, as my body is calming down. I listen to my mind and my body, whatever thoughts are arising, any memory that is arising, any problem that is coming to mind, I let it come. It's okay for me to know what that is, understand it, and accept it. I'm befriending my thoughts. I am befriending my emotions. And I'm open to feeling relaxed and calmer. I deeply love and accept myself, and I'm safe and protected in this moment. I am supported by the universe. I am the blessed child of the universe. I'm always loved. I'm always cherished. Even though sometimes things might look hopeless, but it's only after the darkest hour that the dawn arises. The sun rises after the dark night, and I allow myself to feel this small glimmer of light coming through as a beam through this darkness inside me. And with every breath that I'm taking, this light is becoming brighter and expanding. And I'm able to breathe more freely. My body is feeling more and more relaxed. I'm feeling more and more balanced, grounded, centered, and aligned. I'm always here for myself, and I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Thank you. I love you. Take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And with your eyes closed, think of a beautiful, happy memory in your life and feel it like it's happening right now. Enjoy it and feel that happy, calming, peaceful feeling spreading like a beautiful color in your body. And notice how you're feeling. Look around the room. Enjoy the beautiful colors. And mention in the comments how it felt. And feel free to share this session with as many people as you can so that more and more people can learn this amazing technique and live happy and freer lives. So now we received some questions from the viewers. So I'm going to answer those questions now. So the first question that I have received is, I got emotional during the tapping. Is that normal? So it is very, very normal to feel emotional during the tapping session. It's actually very good if you feel a little bit of tears flowing in or you're getting emotional. So the more you're able to access your emotions, the sooner you're going to be able to release it when you tap. So it's great. And while towards reaching the end of the tapping, if you still have some emotions left, that means you need to do a few more tapping rounds and bring yourself down to zero. The next question is, I get anxious the moment I wake up. Can tapping help with morning anxiety? Absolutely. Morning anxiety is again a sign of what we talked about, that there are some unprocessed emotions, worries, fears, or traumas or memories that are affecting us, that are bothering us, and they are stored in the body. So the emotional body is interlinked with our physical body. So that's why we wake up feeling very tired, very groggy in the morning. So tapping will absolutely help you tremendously with morning anxiety. The next question is, how long should a tapping session be and how often should I do it? So there is no hard and fast rule as to how long the tapping should be. It's just that from 10 you have to bring yourself down to 0 with whatever problem you're working with. Sometimes even in a single round you might come down to 0, and sometimes it might need more rounds. And many times what happens is, if you're noticing that you're tapping but you're not able to go lower on 0 to 10, that means there is some resistance coming up, or that means that the actual cause of the problem has not been identified. So in such situations, working with a EFT practitioner really helps out, because they're able to dig where you're getting stuck. So that can be helpful when tapping. How often should I do it? So I recommend tapping every day. Like how we brush our teeth every day, that's how important tapping is for our mental health. Because every day there's so much of stressors in our life. We are interacting with people, work can be so burdensome, pressure filled. So tapping every day, morning, night, or whenever a trigger arises is actually amazing. So another question is, how do I choose what to say during a tapping session if I have multiple things bothering me? So what really helps is, just categorize those things, write them on a piece of paper and work on them either one by one, or first just tap on a generalized tapping and just say, I'm releasing and letting go. All that is bothering me, all these emotions, I'm releasing and letting it go. And then you can come to the specific problems. What should I do if I get distracted during tapping? So the best part about tapping is that you don't get distracted, because when you're using your fingers on your skin, that kind of keeps you centered, it keeps you connected, and it allows the body to do what it needs to do to release those emotional stresses. So even if you get distracted, you can just come back to where you were and start again. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great time. So keep tapping.